Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of the General Gerry Show. I'm here with Wrestling Jesus WJ. How's it going?
It's going mighty fine, Jerry.
Yeah.
Tired, Jerry. I'm half asleep here, Jerry.
We're also here with Robbie Battle. Robbie, how's it going?
All right. Yes.
Oh, good in the hood. So I just want to just say this here. Wrestling Jesus has a new channel. It's called Wrestling Jesus, and it's in the description below. So if you go on that and click subscribe, WJ will be doing all topics on there. Isn't that right, WJ?
Some wrestling and different stuff. YouTube celebrity news, and I'm gonna do some vlogs and cover my hairline that's disappearing, Jerry. Starting to look like Prince William, Jerry. What the fuck's going on? What's going on there?
What do you see? After lockdown, you'll have some luscious flowing locks. WJ, you'll have a mullet going on. What do you see? Like
some Prince William news. Everything's gonna be done on the new Wrestling Gist channel there.
Prince William news. Did you see the fucking everyone talking about the royal family, about Prince Philip dying and everything, and people were like saying, it was such a big deal about it, but like my taxpayers' money was paid for that state funeral, like, and it's like the royal family is like so celebrated here and stuff like that. I just can't be bothered with it, like, you know.
Remember when they took a picture of him recently in the car? And I told you, I said, look at him in the picture, but I said he looks like he's dying. You remember that?
Don't tell us here,
No, but he was sitting in the car, and he looked like he was straight up fucking coming out of a coffin. That's it.
Yeah. I
told you he looks like he's dying. He looks like a corpse, is what I said. I don't want to sound disrespectful there. Yeah. And then maybe 2 days later, he was dead. That's it.
Well, Go ahead, Robbie.
So this is just old age, probably. I mean, he was old. How old was he? Like,
it was like 90. No,
yeah,
he was 100.
I think they said.
I think he was 100 and something.
Oh, geez, yeah. I mean,
he's
blessed to have had that long of a life. Most people die in their 70s and 80s.
He was 99 years of age.
Oh, so he didn't look healthy in the car, let's say.
Yeah.
You remember that? That was on the Facebook group. We did the last live show there. I said he looks like he's dying, let's say.
Yeah.
He apparently just came out of COVID too, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Weakened his immune system.
The Queen, she's 95.
Yeah, who's gonna take over when she dies?
Big William. Oh, Charles, yeah. Charles, that fucking not a fan of him. Like, William's not too bad, but I wanted Prince Harry in there, to be fair. Like,
which ones? They said that what's the one that's married to the Hollywood star in the U.S.? What's
Harry? He's not. Yeah, he can't get it. He can't get it, sadly.
Yeah, because they didn't like her because she was black. That's what I heard. There was some kind of tension in the royal family over that, or I don't know how true that is, but
you got the goof in the chat there.
It's the goof here.
Young King Brian, the account.
The goof.
He's gone live until 99.
You know what you need to do to goof? You need to change it to just the goof, and then just get a wee logo going, mate, and then we'll get you on YouTube. I'll get you a load of followers there. I was gonna say, Robbie, if you can link your channel, I'll post your channel in the description once we'll go off live here as well.
Yeah, I'll get it and link it. I got a few videos up on it. I just got one right now. I gotta load that thing back up.
But I don't know if I'm being controversial, but I shouldn't mind the royals being. I wouldn't mind the royals being abolished. I agree. I think they should be abolished, like, because it's just no point in them.
It's too much money, though. They make too much money for
Isn't it a regime, technically, if they're always in power there? Isn't that like...
Anyone can kick that old bitch off that chair at any time if they wanted to, WJ. Like, if they wanted to kick her off, they would have done it. But, like, she can literally, like, if she wants to, she could just snap. Like, she technically, let's just say Boris Johnson goes up, right? And Boris Johnson says, I want you to murder all the donkeys, right? Right? So he's a prime minister, right? And then all of a sudden, then the Queen will be like, nah, keep the donkeys. But then the thing is, though, is that if the reason why she stayed this long is that she stayed neutral the entire time. So no matter what party gets in, she stays neutral. And that's why she's been able to actually stay in. She's never actually said, don't do that. But the thing is with Charles, I generally believe he would not be neutral. I generally believe he would actually try and change things, and then that's where things can get dicey. You know what I mean? Because she's been neutral. Like, you know, but like I think William will be fine. Charles, on the other hand, is kind of outspoken a little bit. So, but
damn conservatives and royals taking our money, Reese replied.
Taking our jabs. Our jabs. You've seen the South Park episode, WJ?
No.
Oh fuck! It's like they took our jabs. I'll send you a link afterwards. It's fucking funny, like. Well, we're here to talk about one thing, and it's a big topic of discussion. Floyd Money Mayweather is fighting Logan Paul for in an exhibition fight. I just want to make this clear because a lot of people are rushing to buy this. With the Jake Paul thing, I could understand because it was a real, like, real boxing match, whatever it might be. You know, with Mike, this is exhibition rules, so it's not technically an actual boxing match. There's like elements where a majority, like 99.9% of these exhibition fights don't end in a knockout. So I just want to let people know that. That's the thing with these exhibition fights. Usually they would stop it if the person's too tired. So
that's long.
What do you think, Robbie? Like, what do you think?
I think he's gonna get his ass handed to him. That's what I think. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with these Pauls. I don't know if they hallucinating or delusional. I don't know. Like you saw the thing. The UFC had that confrontation with the. He was like he about to crap his pants, and the guy went over there and confronted him. So it's just a matter of time for one of them get their ass handed to them.
Somebody commented there, Gerry and WJ should make an OnlyFans for these fans.
African goggles, yeah.
African goggles there. Big fan of the rest of the program. That's WJ African goggles there.
I wonder if that's what you call it.
Oh, he changed it? He did. Oh, the goof.
You need to get the goof in here, yeah.
I think he's quite shy though. The goof, do you want to join on here? We'll have the debut of the goof finally. Let me know the goof. I'll send the link if you want to.
So when is this taking place? In June?
In June, so
how many rounds is this? Exhibition.
exhibition rules, so it's probably
There's no
gonna
way
be
that he can beat Mayweather in any
Oh.
fucking capacity. Like,
God.
it's
No.
good publicity. They're gonna make money off it.
Well, this is the thing with Mayweather, WJ and Robbie. Like, Mayweather, as much as I criticize him for being, like, you know, a cherry picker and this person that, like, just constantly, like, you know, picks fights that he wants to, it's a smart fight money-wise, because he made a really great point in this interview. So he says, what fighter right now has more social media than Logan Paul, right? And the guy says Tyson Fury, right? And Logan Paul says, I understand that. Go to Tyson Fury's entire whole social media, right? And then look at Logan Paul. So then he calculated it, and like Logan Paul had more social media followers. And Mayweather was like, imagine if they bought the pay-per-view, those followers. So like Mayweather's being like open, saying, look, I'm only doing this for money.
Well,
That's it, like, you know, so you kind of respect him a bit, like, because at least he's admitting that this is, like, you know, but like people were saying, oh, it's making boxing a joke and stuff like that, and I get that, but boxing's been a joke for years, like Eddie Hearn and all these guys that just cherry pick boxers, you know, oh, this person's fighting this person and this person, like, well, the UFC, they just like fight. While in boxing, it's cherry picks. This is coming from a boxing fan, but yeah, like, I don't know.
People are willing to pay and it's legal, then they got nothing to say there. Fuck.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not going to pay for it because it's just an exhibition. If I'm going to pay for it, I want that little turd getting his face knocked in. Like, that's the only way I pay for it, is that, like, if Floyd actually beats the living crap out of him. But
he's not gonna hurt him, but he'll beat him up, and he'll beat him in the boxing match.
Oh yeah,
for sure. There's no way he's gonna lose there.
A few punches in the face that'd make my day.
I just hope it's better than that Thriller thing that they did, because the whole Thriller fight they had with Jake Paul was like, they had one fight, right? And then for 2 hours it was a music video. Like, for 2 hours, it was just music, like people doing music, and then they did fights after that, and it was fucking boring, man.
Manny Pacquiao could barely touch Mayweather, and he's fast like a lightning bolt there.
Oh, wow.
What's he gonna do, Logan Paul to Mayweather? It's impossible. Just a big jock there. He's a big jock, but he's not a real fighter. Like, have Jake Paul against Mike Tyson in an unsanctioned match there. People were complaining about Jake Paul fighting weak opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Have Jake Paul against Tyson
yeah.
in the exhibition match.
I can just see that. Yeah, he tried to beat. Yeah, I love this. I'm waiting for, was it Jake? That's the one I want to see get whacked really good.
Mayweather's going to kick his ass, and it's going to be like an easy sparring for him, and he's going to make a shit ton off of this.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He was making 100 million, some plus per fight. He's going to be taking a high percentage of the pay-per-view there.
Yeah.
Maybe he asked for 60%. I don't know how it works there. We got Peter Gilmore in the chat. Peter is going to fight Jake Paul. Yeah.
Get Peter in there to fucking fight Logan Paul. Like, but like Logan, the thing is with Logan is that, like, it's such a weird pick, because if you're going to pick someone with a better following, why does he not just pick KSI? KSI has more of a following. He's beat Logan. It kind of makes sense.
The same, not as controversial, or it's not going to make people talk as much there. I know KSI has a big following and all that. He's a big star. Personally, I don't find him entertaining there. That's just me there.
I don't mind him like that.
I watched a few things and I never got into him there.
Mm-hmm.
At least the Jake Paul and stuff, they have more star power.
I think, like with Logan, especially, like the thing is when you're fighting against Mayweather, I wish Don Banks was on here because me and Don have covered like every single Floyd fight up until like Pacquiao and even like you know, like I remember, like I watched the fight recently of Floyd, and he was fighting a kickboxer in boxing rules, and Floyd's dancing, like he's dancing in the ring. He's like, oh, he's just having a good time. Jab, 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 boom. The guy's fucking knocked out. So imagine what he's gonna do to Logan. But the exhibition rules is like what's gonna happen is Floyd just gonna dance around and just like, you know, jab him a little bit and like give people their money's worth or whatever, you know.
Couple of little jab and you'll make 50 million, 100 million.
Yeah.
For beating up a chump in 2 rounds or something. He could end it in a minute if he wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
He's not a boxer. How is he going to fight Mayweather? It don't make sense. It'd be so funny if Logan won.
Yeah, it would be like I actually would hate that. Like, I know, like, I have a problem with Mayweather, but I would not want Logan to win because Logan's ego would just go like through the roof, like his entire ego, and then it's like because these guys, like, say Jake and Logan Paul, they actually started becoming irrelevant, right? At the time, remember when Logan had the whole, like, you know, the forest incident, and then Jake, like, his viewership was actually dropping, but then KSI took the boxing match with Logan, and then Jake fought like his brother Deji, and then it just then they just grabbed that and just took it and went up there. So, like, you know, a lot of it is to do with like the whole boxing scene. If it wasn't for the boxing scene, these two Muppets wouldn't even be, because they're not good YouTubers. Like, I'd be honest with you, I watched a few Logan's vlogs. He's not great. I seen his podcast. It's basic at best.
The diss track stopped making money or what? You don't hear this anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, big diss track.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Teenager in their mother's room doing a diss track, and people on YouTube treating it like it's a big fucking deal there.
Oh yeah. And the British scene were like, brap, brap, I'm gonna get you, bruv, brap, brap. It's like, oh man. So, like, I think we're all in agreement that Floyd's gonna win, like.
No,
yeah, I think Floyd's gonna wipe the floor with him, like. I actually want Floyd to just do a big massive punch and just embarrass him. like just embarrass him, like, you know what I mean?
That's not the best for business.
Yeah. But I wonder what the undercard's gonna be, though. I hope they put YouTubers in the undercard, like, for a bit of flavor, a wee bit. You know what I mean? Like a wee bit of flavor, like have some YouTubers in the undercard. You know, but Floyd's probably gonna shove his D-list boxers in the undercard, and it'll be boring, like, so. You know what I mean?
Like I said, Gerry, we need the YWC boxing. YWC boxing pay-per-view there.
Yeah, that'd have a heart attack. I ain't about to box nobody.
Robbie, give you a few months, mate. You'll be all fucking.
Give me about 5 or 6 months to train, because I definitely wouldn't go in the ring right now.
Bobby Hill versus Super. Oh god. EDP versus Chris Hansen. Oh God.
Yeah, he deleted all his videos. I need to see that on his
He
channel.
got this channel closed, I think.
Oh yeah, he got outright banned. Yeah, outright banned, and then the Predator poachers they got banned as well.
Yeah, they were.
Both of them.
Those guys got banned too?
Yeah, because apparently, like YouTube looked at their history, and apparently they were banned before for saying the N-word and like a lot of like scandalous stuff. Like apparently, yeah, he was like joking about young girls getting certain word here, but like he was joking about that, and people were just realizing they're only just doing it for clout type deal. But it doesn't take away from the fact that EDP's a fucking like sicko, like, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, see, it's illegal. You're not supposed to, unless you're connected with law enforcement. You can't just go out and do stuff like that. You got to have a law with you connected. Most people that do that, they're connected with the law. So it's like if I decided I wanted to try to poach you, it's illegal. I'm not supposed to do that. Like if I act like I was a 13-year-old, and I sent you messages and you were dumb enough to send me a picture, even though morally you're in the wrong, it'd be illegal for me to do that. So I don't know how those guys, that may have been the reason why they got shut down too.
Well, in order for that, apparently what they used to be able to do, like what Chris Hansen did, is that they worked with the police, and then the police would be with them while they're doing the sting operation.
If they're connected, then it's on the.
Yeah, which is what they should have done, but they didn't. Yeah. They just because they let him waddle off. Like I know we talked about this before, but they let him waddle off. So the Predator poachers itself are actually responsible for him getting away because he's free right now. Like there's been no arrest.
Nothing will happen to him. He'll just fade away. That's why he went ahead. He's not on YouTube, so. If people just forget about him.
He did a video. That's why he got taken down. So he did a video recently. Yeah, he did a video recently and it got deleted. And it was the worst. Like he went, do y'all think I really would do that? Do y'all think? And then people were in the live chat like, yes, we do.
Yeah, I mean.
And he just deleted it. And then YouTube seen that and we're like, nope. Out. And then just kicked him out.
Yeah, you need to stay away.
And he got the worst ban out of everyone, so he didn't get where is it accounts done, then he can make another one. If he makes an email, any kind of email, anything, if people see him, he's gone right away. Probably he can't make another one yet.
Probably an IP address ban or permit ban. But yeah, he's done. Well, there's a guy named Cyrax that I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he's similar thing going on with him. This girl named Kate, it's called Mass. I think it's Masshole is named the channel. But she did that to him. She was acting like an underage girl, and he showed her like his what. He sent like penis pictures and videos, and so now he's getting shit now.
What is wrong with these YouTubers, man? Like, what is actually wrong with them? It's like, mate, like the thing is, like, you look at James Charles, and then you had the Call Me Carson guy. Apparently, he was accused of doing it, and there's all these guys being accused of it, and it's not like they're being accused for this. Like, there's actual evidence against them. You know what I mean? And it's like it's definitely a problem on YouTube where you get these guys that like have this massive following and then they take advantage of their fans. Like there's a guy, I forget his name, but he looked like some emo kid or whatever, and he literally he did singing stuff and he would take advantage of his fans, and then the actual police grabbed him and he's in jail now, I think for like 20 years. Damn. Stuff like that. Yeah, he's like in jail for quite some time. Carson hasn't been arrested, but like there was apparently some underage thing, or I don't know what. There was something. I seen like Skirst made a video on it and Keem made a video on it, but there was apparently something going on with that apparently. And then now he's quit YouTube and stuff like that. So I don't know, but I don't know what's going on. Like I just, and then the James Charles thing, like it's just like what the fuck, man. Like They all need Jesus. That's what they need. WJ now.
What's that other guy that messes with young girls? Starts with an O on it.
Onision, yeah. He's I don't know what. He came back recently. But he can't be prosecuted because he used some legal kind of fucking loophole to kind of get out of all that, so he can't be prosecuted. But you know, I don't know. But his career is definitely over. Like Onision will never be like it'll never be like it was in 2010 or whatever. Like in the height of it all, like you know, because he was like charging people for videos and everything, and it's weird. Dude was he was always creepy though. Like you know what I mean?
He
like
had that banana video. What was it like? The banana.
I'm a banana. Yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Like,
seeing that, I was like, what the
hell? He started like burning the Bible and everything, and then he was doing that.
Geez.
Yeah, he was like burning the Bible, and he was like doing, and then that's when I like turned him off. I was like, "You're a fucking weirdo, mate!" Like, but and then the whole Shiloh thing as well. But I don't know.
You don't see that much atheism material on YouTube anymore. I don't know if YouTube removed a lot of it. So,
well, there's still channels, but they don't really talk about it anymore.
They moved to the feminism thing now. I've noticed like a lot of them moved to
they were doing the snowflake gimmick there, and then now they're looking for the next thing, I guess.
Yeah, like because there was a few of them like that were doing like atheism, and then they did the whole SJW snowflake gimmick, and then the whole what else was it that they were trying to do? I reckon it'll be commentary again. That'll just kind of go full circle again. They'll try and do commentary because I've noticed a lot of them now are doing like they're copying. Like there's a lot of these channels now where what they'll do is they'll take a piece of media, like you know, like Marvel Comics or whatever, and then they'll say, "Oh, this is SJW or whatever it might be." Because some of it is like some of it there is some like really heavy, like the Oscars, for example, was a major thing that happened. So they'll take topics of that and then make it into a commentary thing type deal. So I've noticed they've been doing that recently.
Yeah, all the ones I know, like what WJ's talking about, all the people I know in that great debate stuff, now they're just trolling people. They're doing drama. They're not really doing, they don't even care about the atheist debate. A lot of them will tell you, I don't care about that anymore. I mean, they're still atheists. It's
like didn't really accomplish anything, this whole atheism stuff. For 10 years, all they did was ask Christians, prove that God exists. To me, right now on the spot, obviously they can't prove it.
No,
but like, what did this accomplish? Like,
yeah, I mean, there's some people that take that seriously, like your Matt Dillahunty, and because he debates, right? People like that take it very seriously.
So he makes money off of that, but him on his radio show, it's just proved to me that God exists, and then he says, here's a fallacy in what you said. But like, it's not like a guy calling into a radio show can prove or disprove God exists, right?
I mean, that's...
So like you get a couple of yokel and you're fucking hang out. They can't prove God exists. How does that? What the fuck does that even prove or anything? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, I remember that back in the 2007, 2008 era of that. Like, it was like everyone would do that. Like, and then from 2008 to like 2010 or 11, they did the whole rant stuff. And then everyone started doing like hangouts, and then the whole fucking the YouTube commentary, if you remember. You know, but I agree, Filthy Frank is the only Filthy Frank. God, I miss him. I miss Filthy Frank. Like,
If you ask 100 Christians to prove God exists, which is impossible or whatever,
Yeah.
and they all can't prove it, does that mean the atheists win? Like, nothing was proven on either side. Like,
No.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe they converted a couple of people to atheism, but like
I think
now
the reps,
the subject
Yeah,
is
Reps
pretty
Leon
much
did.
dead now.
yeah,
He was a Christian when he first started, and then he became an atheist. He,
Then
yeah.
in 10 years, some of these atheists are going to convert back to Christianity once they get off YouTube. In the end, nothing is accomplished. A couple people made money. Huh?
my thing is this: I'm not really religious, but where I live, most people are. So I'm not going to be like going out there saying, "Oh, you know, your religion's wrong," when like 80% of the people that live here are going to be like, "Shut the f up," you know, like. I kind of like look at it as live and let live. Do what you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
So I ain't getting in my business. I don't care. Yeah, I'm like you. It don't matter really. At the end of the day, we all die. I mean, it don't matter. If you want to believe in something higher, then that's whatever gets you through tonight. That's kind of how I look at it. And I don't know. I mean, that's like here. It's most people here are Christian, probably about 80% or probably even more than that.
Like the atheists, they say it's not up to them to disprove God. It's up to the Christians
Oh yeah.
to prove him. But like 100,000 Christian, they attempt to prove they can't prove.
Yeah.
But in the process of this, nothing was proven or disproven. So
I never got into that whole scene. Like, I never really understood it. Like, on both sides, I never really understood it. Like, debating, like the religion and anti-religion thing. I never really bought into any of that. Like,
think about it. Even if you aren't religious, and most of your family's religious, you're not gonna. If you got any kind of common sense to you, you're not gonna be like talking about it. For one, you're not wanting them to be aggravating you because you're not religious. So that's what I don't get. Why is it such a big deal? Like, the person wants to believe. If they don't want to believe, then that's their choice. But
imagine an atheist goes to a funeral. No, your aunt or uncle, they're not in heaven.
Yeah.
Heaven isn't real. See?
Most atheists aren't going to do that unless they're like really retarded. Like, there's some that are retarded, but most of them aren't going to. It's whatever gets people through today. Life is hard, so if people want to believe in something higher, then it's good for them. As long as it makes them a better person, that's the way I look at it. Whatever helps you be a better person.
I think a lot of it died out. Say when the drunken peasants, like when Mason Atheist left them and stuff. I think that was the final nail in the coffin for that. Like, I think.
Talk about a channel that's a shell of its former self.
Yeah, man. Like,
I don't even find him entertaining anymore. I don't think it's funny at all. I don't laugh at him. A lot of people.
1,000, 2,000 views per vid. Some of them.
What happened? Like, was there like just an argument between Amazing Atheist and all?
Yeah, Amazing Atheist and the guy that does what's his name? That does
Ben.
Yeah, Ben. They had a disagreement on creative, and so him, Paul, and Ben. Not Ben, him, Paul. What's his brother name? Scotty.
Scotty, yeah.
Maybe that deep fat fried or deep fried fat or
deep fat fried isn't that good either. Fuck.
No, it isn't the same. It's it's just different. I don't know. It's just when that broke up, it just screwed it up. Because I did enjoy them when they were all together, but now it's kind of just weird. It's not the same. I like
think-
to pick on Brett King. That's when I kind of got into it. But
Is he gone, Brett Keane? Or?
I don't know if that cat's alive or not. He hasn't been around in so long. Like,
you know what it's kind of like? It's like, you know, Batman and the Joker. Like, I think when the drunken peasants went, I think Brett King had no, like, I think he kind of just like, he like left type deal. But
It was
I
funny
think,
when me and Jerry were.
oh yeah, fucking hell, Jesus.
Jerry was pissed drunk.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
was
Brett-
there?
Brett Keane hang out. Oh, remember he started talking about NXT or something.
Yeah, I was like, what do you think of NXT there, Brett? Anyway, I don't know what you're talking about there.
individual situation.
Oh man,
Yeah, I don't know
was
what
funny.
happened.
Like,
Brett just disappeared. I don't know if he, just got tired of getting. He'd do a channel and then he'd delete it. He'd do a channel and then I think he just maybe got tired of it and just quit. I don't know. Yeah.
I think the thing is though with like the because I actually really like the drunken. We actually met Ben, didn't we, WJ, on
Yeah,
what you call-
Ben was
Must
a fan.
destroy all.
Oh yeah, do you remember him? Speaking of EDP, like
Yeah.
I did the video with Ben and Must Destroy All. Ben used to watch my stuff or something. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
Ben likes WJ. I remember him saying that. Because Whatchacott told me that I'm friends with a guy that used to be connected to DP. He's kind of a troll, but he's like, yeah, man. He's like, Ben likes Wrestling Jesus. He still talks to them, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. It just ain't the same to me without that chemical's gone, that whatever they had going.
The Billy the Fridge guy, I think he had appeared maybe in the video of Leafy. Is that it, Jer?
yeah. So like he was trolling Leafy, and then they did like a funny video together, and then
So
That's
that's
where
why
he came
Ben grabbed him and brought him on the show, basically, because he had appeared on Leafy's vid or something. But
yeah.
he's not that good, the Billy the Fridge guy. And
Not really. Not in my opinion.
Do you remember
The other
Creationist Cat?
that's pretty cringy stuff now when you look at it there. But what's the name of the other guy, Robbie? I told you about his donations all the time.
Pimp Monk.
What's his name? Pimp
Pimp
Monk.
Monk. Oh, hey, dude.
Billy
give me
the
some-
Fridge and Pimp Monk.
I need some donations, man. I need $34 to $50. Yeah.
So just a fat, boring guy trying to talk like Dusty Rhodes, asking for money.
Yeah, he's from Louisiana. He's got that funny accent.
It didn't compare to fucking Amazing ATS, right? So
I don't find him funny at all. A lot of people think he's hilarious in that community. I don't know. Maybe my humor's different. I don't know.
I honestly like I kind of because I joined in around about 2010, so I kind of missed the whole kind of atheist versus like Christian vibe there. I kind of missed that whole thing. I was in the YWC, the ETA Desert WJ.
Yeah, YWC used to have a lot more people in it, but it's like I say, you ain't hitting on nothing now. I remember my videos would get 200-300 views. Shit, now I can't get 25, 30 views. It's not there anymore like it was.
It's kind of
go ahead, yeah.
It's kind of making a comeback a wee bit. Like I think when me WJ, and then like you got the Smart Busters came back, kind of gave it a wee bit of life there. Like, but it's hanging on by a thread. Like, you know.
The thing with the YWC is it's become irrelevant. Like
Yeah.
Back in the day when wrestling pages would join, they would talk about wrestling. They would get lumped into the YWC, right?
Yeah.
But now, like, most wrestling fans don't have a clue about the YWC. Like, IWC is a speck in a big fucking space of wrestling community overall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like back in the day, everybody making vids would be classified as YWC, but then a bunch of big pages came in, What Culture, and
Yeah, they fucked it up.
all kind of wrestling accounts. There's a million wrestling, that's a 100 million maybe channel that has wrestling on it. I don't know how many million. They're not 100 million, but
you've noticed this. The WWE started doing their own little shit, so they're gonna keep it. You know, they're monopolizing that shit. They got their own little show where guys talking about wrestling like what we do. Except they're not going to say nothing negative about the product, but still, yeah.
So nowadays, most wrestling fans, they either call it like wrestling community or IWC. They don't call it YWC. Like
The pro wrestling
YWC
community.
is pretty much like a few of our pages and our subs would be YWC, but that's like a grain of sand in the ocean of the complete wrestling community now. There, you know,
pretty much. I mean, when you got the big channels like what's it, Wrestle Talk, and all these other channels, I mean, they're gonna throw their videos out because they're the bigger channels. They always go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Robbie.
Oh, I was just finished. I was saying, go ahead.
I was gonna say I remember Wrestle Talk when they were just a television channel on Challenge TV. So yeah, they used to be a TV and they failed miserably. Like they had a bunch of people just sitting there like and just talking on a sofa. And then they had this like guy, it was like Jay or something you called him. And he was good. I don't know why they didn't bring him over, but then they like replaced them with a bunch of twinks, like, so I don't know what's going on there. Like, but like there's not like, I mean, you could say with a Walk Culture, apparently Walk Culture made a video saying they're changing things up apparently, but I didn't watch it. I probably should have actually watched it, but apparently they're changing things up with Walk Culture or whatever now, apparently. But
they're gonna do less dick sucking of AEW, or
I don't know. Like I seen a video. It was on Walk Culture, and it was like we're changing things in Walk Culture or whatever. But I never watched it. Like, but like I'm having a look here now, and like if you type in Walk Culture, right? Then it used to be Walk Culture WWE, but when you type in Walk Culture now, it's their main channel, which covers Star Wars and all that there. Which is like, you know, it's pretty much it's mojo.com 2.0 pretty much, which is just boring like. But
so What Culture, it's like a company. Say Wrestle Talk, it's a company. So basically, it's companies like that taking up all the viewership. And like Robbie said, you got to compete with fucking real wrestling people talking about wrestling. You got like medium-sized pages like Joe Cronin. There's 100,000 of them that are live after every show. So you don't get as many views as we used to get.
Yeah. It's hard to get them unless you, like you and Gerry, because you got to establish. If you got to, people know who you are. If somebody just trying to start up now, shit. Unless you're really talented, good luck. I mean, the views aren't like they used to be.
I actually have a theory that like YouTube in general is just going to be like a corporate site and just be like Netflix now in the next 10 years. I think eventually what they'll do is they'll do so many restrictions on YouTube channels that it's going to be impossible to actually like have one grow overnight unless you have a big company behind you.
Big shout out to the Ireland's Patriot in the chat. Yeah.
There he is.
Hope you're doing well too, IP. I just saw he put the comment there.
There he is.
Spectral MK, all what culture does is spew bile.
Yeah.
All they do is fucking repeat what Meltzer says and just act like him. Just whatever the Meltzer fans are saying on Twitter that they just come on and just say what these people are saying. That's what most of these channels are doing, right? Whatever the Smarks and Meltzer says is what these people just repeat.
I'm just having a look at their announcement, and all it is just them going to a new building. That's it. Oh, a bunch of wasted time that is, like.
Just clickbait to try to get views out of nothing. Yeah.
Do you remember their wrestling company? Do you remember that?
I've seen a show, I believe, there. It changed to something else, eh?
Yeah, I think they nearly went bankrupt because they were putting too much money on the wrestling show. And then your man Adam from What Culture, he went to like Cultaholics, and then he had the whole debacle, and then he went to Wrestle Talk. So
isn't Wrestle Talk him now, Adam?
Yeah, like he moved over there, so he didn't even go back to Cultaholics.
Oh, back, sorry.
You know, so what can you do? Like, I think your man Adam Bompier's like incredibly, like, I think his opinions are complete hot garbage. Like, just honestly, I just think I generally, like, when you listen to him, you know, he's like one of those, you know, the wrestling fans that doesn't have their own opinion. They just like look up surveys.
They all have the same fucking kind of goofy attitude there. Oh, that's a knee slapping joke. Oh, you don't want to slap your leg or else McMahon will get mad.
Oh God, so
they're
bad.
all gay fucking retarded smart wannabes. They get a fucking life there. They all act like that. It's fucking pathetic.
Do they still have their own wrestling federation or whatever?
No, it got bust.
The name changed and it was sold to somebody else or something. Wrestle Talk has a fed unless that's already gone there.
I remember when they were doing their own thing.
Patriot says he can't regard their opinion because their voices put me off right away.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
This is 20 reasons why WWE will never be good. So.
That's all it is. It's just cheap pandering to fucking indie fans the whole fucking time. They all do the same thing now. It ain't fun anymore. They hate WWE when for the right reason, not to fucking pander to retards there.
I like that new little series they got on A&E where they did the thing on Stone Cold this past week. And have you seen that? Or the documentary?
Oh, I read about it though.
Pretty good, yeah. Done a pretty good job on it. It comes on A&E on Sunday nights. I think this week's going to be Hot Rod, Roddy Piper. It should be interesting.
I'll be right back. Just gonna move here 2 seconds.
Yeah. I got Peacock still, but I went ahead and canceled it. But I have it till the end of August because
The network?
well, it comes.
Peacock, huh?
Yeah, it comes with Peacock. It's like WWE Network and all kind of shows like Saved by the Bell. The new sucks. I didn't like the new one. I like the old one, but the new one I didn't really care for. I watched like 7 episodes of it, and I was like, I can't watch no more of this. Mom's like, it's horrible. I said, no, I don't like it.
So I don't have the network. It's been a few months, and now I don't give a shit anymore. There.
Well, it don't have all the content that the network had. They're supposed to be slowly adding all of it back on, but it has like the pay-per-view.
All it takes is a bit of patience, and you can watch it all for free on YouTube the same night.
Yeah, pretty much. That's just like AEW. That's why I won't buy their pay-per-views because they stream them on YouTube and that's it. I'm not going to pay no $50 to watch AEW. I'm sorry. I mean, or $29.99 or whatever.
I did that mistake at the first time there. Was it 2 times I paid for their shows?
Yeah.
Never again. Fuck, am I going to pay for that garbage?
Who's this?
AEW pay-per-view.
Yeah. They're charging on our pay-per-views. You to pay like remember at first it was like $49 or something like that, and then now they got it down to $29.99. But still, that's too high in my opinion. I mean, when you can watch the real deal for peanuts, I mean, who's going to want to spend that kind of money on the minor leagues? I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just the way it is. You only have the diehard fans that will, but that's the only people that will.
Most of them don't pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the AEW fans, like, in my opinion, are so hypocritical because they're like, I bleed AEW. Can I have the free link, please? It's really hypocritical because I remember there's a few people on my Facebook and a few people on Twitter, and they're like, how can anyone hate AEW, man? You got to support them. And then all of a sudden, then when the shows show up, it's like, yo, has anybody got the free link here? I can't afford it.
Yeah. That's just ridiculous. They can, in my opinion, for them to charge that much, but they do.
How much are they charging these days now?
$29. The last one they had was $29.99. Yeah, it's on BR or whatever that stands for. Bleach Report Live. I think that's the name of the streaming.
Bleach the eyes, more like it. Like.
And NWA, they charge for their pay-per-views. It's like $19 or $14.95. I think it's $14.95 they charge when they do their pay-per-view, which is more reasonable because it's a small company. But even that's a little high because it just sucks because you can watch WWE for peanuts. It's hard to want to pay anything for these other companies. It just does. It ruins their pay-per-views. It really does. Because who really wants to pay that kind of money to see?
Nowadays, even seeing a quote-unquote good wrestling match, is that really worth $50 to see a couple of fucking little midgets having a supposed good match? Is that worth $50? Like back in the day, we had reason to watch this shit. Now we're doing it mostly for YouTube. Yeah, we had a reason to watch the shows. We had people that we cared about, and now it's like a bunch of ham and eggers. Like, who cares? They have a good match. Like, who fucking cares? They're boring. Fuck. Even if it's supposedly good, like,
It's a 5-star match there,
A
buddy.
35, 40-minute match. It's like fucking long and it's fucking idiots. They have no charisma.
That's the thing with AEW, right? AEW, right? Every match is at least 10 or 15 minutes long. You can't tell me that every match, some of those matches shouldn't last that long. Some of those matches at top should be like 5 or 6 minutes. And they stretch them out to like 15 to 20 minutes. I think it's just to give you the feel that it's better.
Well, that's all they do on the indies. They have a 30-minute match. Meltzer gives them 5 stars. It's the same routine. Every fucking show is the same routine, the same matches. Let's wrestle for 30 to 45 minutes. Meltzer gives 5 stars and they celebrate. It's like, give me a fucking break. They're
like,
all just rehashing the same fucking match. Like,
or there's like 5 tag team matches on the show. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know what this obsession is with the tag team division. I was gonna say, we did a little poll there exclusively on the Wrestling Juggernauts page there. If you want to check us out there on the page, did a poll there. What is the best era in WWE? Right, and obviously the PG era didn't get any votes. The Emery was the only one that voted for the new era, but I think he voted that just to fucking troll. And then
new era wasn't. I mean, it was weak, but it wasn't as bad as the PG.
Yeah, the PG era, I would say probably 2011. Like with CM Punk was probably the only decent fucking year.
That was it.
And then after 2012, it kind of like 2012, 13, it started to decline. In 2014, that's when it really hit the fan. Like, amazingly enough, the New Generation era, which was, as you know, in the mid 90s, only got 1 vote. Damn. So, like, a lot of people don't like the New Generation era for whatever reason.
It kind of had small wrestlers. It was a Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
You know, you had Diesel. Diesel came in. And, Razor Ramon, the 1, 2, 3 kid. He's a small guy. But I didn't mind. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I liked wrestling all the way till like WCW got bought out, and then I mean, I liked the WWF there for a little bit, and then I think around 2004 or 2005 is when I started losing interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was little things that would always bring me back to watch it, but now there's like nothing that motivates me to want to watch it on Monday night, other than trashing it, maybe doing a video trashing it. You know, and that's sad. It shouldn't be that way, but that's kind of how it is now.
Mm-hmm. The Golden Age that was 3rd highest. Then Ruthless Aggression era, which Ruthless Aggression era was pretty solid, like, you know, but then obviously Attitude era was not as number 1, of course, like.
Yeah, Ruthless Aggression was still okay. It was still watchable.
Mm-hmm.
Started having the Great Khali and all that crap.
But overall, it's a bit of a mess, like, you know what I mean. But I was gonna say there, WJ, like, what type of content will you be covering on your channel there? What's gonna be happening there?
Wrestling, maybe some vlogs sometimes, some food reviews.
Yes.
Possibly. Well, I'll do a bit more of the YouTube stuff, like maybe they're probably for that. Some of the YouTube celebrity stuff, a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see where it goes. Yeah.
Nah, I think I want to see a Tim Hortons review again, WJ. That's good.
I'll do stuff like that on there.
Hortons.
Coffee reviews, that'll be good. Like,
Could do stuff like that.
But, I think that'll be, we're hitting the 1 hour mark there, but so it's like 12:30 midnight here, but so I'm probably gonna have to head here, but was gonna say, guys, subscribe to Wrestling Jesus's channel there, subscribe to Robbie Battle there.
Yeah, I put the link in the private chat there for you.
Yeah, I'll put once this goes, I'll just put that link in the description then. Once we go off there. Actually, I'll see if I can do it now, I think. I'm not too sure if I can do it now.
Juggalo rants.
So Juggalo rants there. Is that Big Ram in the house there?
Ram becomes a juggalo when it's already dead.
No,
that was
no,
big.
I thought he was in a chat there, but
He's still around, bro. He's still kicking. And there's a whole community that I watched it. It's that some of them are juggalos and some of them are just some of them call themselves juggalos, and then some people are like, I just like a few songs by CP. It's like a mixture of people.
It's not as big as it used to be, though.
Yeah, a lot bigger, but they're still out there, man.
There's still some hanger-oners. Yeah.
They're still strong.
The thing is with the whole, because I try to listen to it, like, because you know me, I'm always the person that like give it a chance.
I like about two, but I think there's 2 songs. There's that Miracle song. I just think it's funny. It's just a funny song to me. It's one of their worst songs, but for some reason I like it. I don't know why. Because it's comical to me. Some of the lyrics.
If people like it, like, more power to them, like, but yeah, I try to listen to like a few of them, and I think I like one song, and I was like, because it was just kind of sounded exactly the same, like what about with the bell? Like, I was just like,
that's all their songs, pretty much. Yeah,
I like a fart in her face in the moonlight.
It's all like dumb lyrics like that. Like,
there's a few videos that are pretty funny. I think that's why I like a few of their songs. It was more for the videos, but some of the videos are pretty funny. But
I like them too. I like the 2 guys, like, see the 2 singers. I like their interviews, and I actually like them as a person and their actual music. Like, the gathering actually kind of looks like a big drinking fest, which, you know, WJ, I wouldn't say no to that there, you know. But
just make sure you don't come out with a fucking with some crabs or something. Come back with crab. It's like a bunch of low IQ guys trying to be gangster, pretty much. Like, that's what it is. They're all low IQ. Like, some of them might be normal. There's like one normal out of 1,000 kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Remember Juggalo Alert, WJ? What was his name? I told you about, was still talking about you not that long ago.
Oh, the boy Blue.
Yeah, boy Blue, you got under his skin big time. He still talks about you.
And that's 10 years ago. I haven't mentioned them.
I tried to tell him, I was like, dude, because I used to be such to him, but he got where he was just too much. I couldn't watch him anymore because he's an alcoholic. And he says he's going to quit drinking. I'm going to quit drinking. He said that like 200 times, and he always ends up drinking again. And I told him,
he was a little bit popular, but he just kept begging and begging and begging and begging, and they just stopped watching him.
I told him, I was like, WJ don't even talk about you, man. That was like 10 years ago.
He waits 5 years till I don't mention them to respond like a big man.
Like, you ain't even around. Like, it's like WJ don't even like hardly makes this when you weren't doing videos. It's like
I was off YouTube.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you can let that go. It's okay. Like,
we'll make him a response on your page, Robbie. We'll call him out.
Who's this?
Boy Blue.
The boy Blue.
Oh, he's a joke.
Who is he?
It's a juggalo. He's a harmless guy.
He really is. He needs to get a good AA and get cleaned up, but that ain't gonna happen.
The Child's Play Ninja guy was their big.
Yeah, he's still around. He was talking about you because he liked you. I remember he was.
He liked me, but he also tried to come at me once or twice there, and he was their big drama guy that was owning people, blah blah blah. It's easy to do that to other juggalos that have the fucking IQ of a raspberry. When he came after me, I made his head spin after that.
You know what was mad, like, because like Remington's like very pro juggalo. I kind of felt sorry for him because he was like doing the whole reviews and stuff, and then these other juggalos were bashing Remington, like in the comments. He just literally reviewing it
first,
and they were like screaming at him in the comment section as well. It's like, holy shit! Because the thing is with the whole juggalo thing is that it's not well known in Europe, like in Ireland and stuff. It's like I only know this through like WJ and Jim Cornette's rant. Like that's the only. But like I like the two singers I like as actual people because it's entertaining. Like you know what I mean. Like I like their what was it, their You Shoot interview that they did. It was pretty funny. Like
I mean. I gotta say, I like their videos. I mean, some of the videos are pretty funny for their songs.
Two guys that aren't that good at music, they managed to fucking get a bunch of people to fucking give them a bunch of cash, so they were smart to make their money, right?
Yeah.
They're all set for life. I mean, they're not hurting for money. So they've done something right.
It's just the music I can't really listen to, you know what I mean? I'm just to try to get into it. Like,
apparently, that kind of rap, according to them, it was called horrorcore, and there's other underground groups like this horrorcore, and it's all like songs about killing people. Let's say. It's all the same kind of stuff there. I'm the knife. I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you. Bitch, I'm gonna stab you. I'm the knife. Like, shit like that, you know what I mean? I'm the werewolf. Ow, bitch, I'm gonna stab you. Bitch, I'm gonna stab you.
Some of them don't even rhyme as well. Like there's like there was like one of the ones I was listening to that were just like screaming. You know what I mean? I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I don't know, because I thought it was just me being Irish. I didn't really understand it, but I don't know. Like
the song about Chris Benoit, I heard it. Yeah, they call it Chris Benoit, but I don't think they even really. It doesn't even sound like they're talking about him in the song. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's to that to get a rise.
That was all it was. Controversy to make cash.
And then they get their little religion off of their stuff. What's it called?
And Shangri-La Evan.
Yeah, the whole thing they got. It's supposed to be what I was told is they're Christians. I don't know how true that is, but I think both of them are Christians. They're not like religious, but I think they're Christians.
Basically, they thought the Earth was gonna disappear in the year 2000. Let's say. So they had the Joker cards. They called their albums Joker cards, and there was, I don't remember the amount of Joker cards there, but every Joker card, which was an album, was supposed to to tell them, say, to explain stuff to them about the future. And then when they got to the last Joker card, they thought it was going to be the end of the world. So they come out in the CD and they're like, guys, the whole time it was about God. There's that song that they did where they revealed the whole thing there. And it was about God the whole time. And get right with God because we was about to die, in other words. Yeah, and then they didn't die. So then they lost a lot of their fans because of that. There's a lot of juggalos who apparently left when that happened or something there.
They bought into the juice.
But like, isn't the fan base like in their 30s and 40s now? Like, I can't see any like all the kids now are into this mumble rap thing.
They still got some young, but most of them are older, our age.
It's like basically social rejects and freaks. And then they tell them in the music, even if you fat and ugly and nobody like you, we like you. Because we a family. The Juggalo is a family. That's the appeal to join it. It's
like cookie cutter to the core. Like I don't like being like, see the whole kind of follow us guys. Like it's
pretty much what it is. Like a cult a little bit. You don't drink the Kool-Aid and die, whatever. They may like say like a big goof that never got laid and he's lonely and he's angry at the world that he can't get a girlfriend. Well, he listens to ICP. You should have got the girl. Grab your knife and stab the pretty boy. Kill that bitch. So then they listen to this, say, and then they join the family. And then automatically they're supposed to fit in. Like what they would say, it's like ride or die for your Juggalo family. So like any of us, we open an account of the Juggalos. Let's say we open an account and we're supposed to be a part of the family. Well, they're supposed to respect you and love you. That's it.
Yo, man, yeah.
That's what it is. They say you're a part of the family. We fight for each other, support each other. So then you had a lot of poor guys join this thing, right? A lot of poor guys trying to get a free lunch out of other people, like the boy Blue. The boy Blue always begging for money, and you're supposed to help out family. Family. And they're drunk, fucking drunk at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. They're out of smokes. Yeah.
Man, I need more.
They're out of cigarette at 3 a.m. They're drunk off the shitty bottle of Old English. Yeah. Guys,
sounds like me in 2007, WJ.
We're family. I need to buy some smokes.
Oh, man.
And they're drunk, man. Fuck the haters. I'm gonna fuck them up, man. Juggalo 365. Big shout out. You got haters, tell them I'll come kill them, man. I'll kill him. But really, it's a big fat fucking goof. He's 21 years old in his mother's basement. Yeah. A half-wit. Yeah, he's not gangsters. Some of them were like low IQ, dangerous criminal types that would do petty crime and fight. But a lot of it is just big goofs, let's say, and people preying on them for free money.
Damn, dog.
I actually watched a documentary of them, and yeah, like they kind of remind me of like I can't even put. I can't even put words.
When they did the tequila, remember that WJ? When they did the.
Oh yeah, I saw your vid you made about tequila, and how she says she's the girlfriend of Jesus now. Yeah.
Well, she says 1 minute she says she's the bride of Christ, and then she said that she was God in one video. I'm like, what the hell? What is it? What are you? She's so crazy, but man, the Juggalos, they were throwing shit at her like
they threw bottles at her, and the Juggalo, the Child's Play ninja guy he was bragging about throwing bottles at her or whatever. And I told him, so basically you assaulted a woman, let's say. If you threw a bottle in a woman's face, you assaulted a woman. I know you think you're cool online, man. That's assault with a weapon. It could be considered, maybe not weapon, but it's throwing a bottle in someone's face is serious assault charge. There.
Yeah.
That's back when she was on.
Didn't know what to say about that there, but what could he say? He probably wasn't him. He just wants to look cool.
Yeah. He's a bragger.
I was there during that time when the tequila stuff happened, and I made videos against this stuff, and then a bunch of them took my side, you know what I mean? And there was infighting between the Juggalos if it was okay or not to throw a glass bottle in the woman's face. Let's see, they got a debate if that's okay.
ICP, they defended tequila. I remember they did like a thing saying, they were trying to tell people not to. The fans just went crazy. The Juggalos were the ones that went retarded and started throwing shit at her.
What weren't they throwing stuff at Ric Flair too?
No, they're stupid if they first. Probably.
I think they had true bottles at Ric Flair too.
I was watching it. It was Miss Juggalo 2000 and whatever, and these women looked like the human definition of an STD. Like it was just like they were.
Well, there was some cute one, but like those are rare. Let's say. Those are probably paid by ICP. Let's say they hire a couple models to dress up like ICP and to claim to be Juggalo. Let's say.
Or you have a few girls that pretend to be so they can win the cash prize type deal. Sometimes you get that.
Like these girls who claim to be big fans of AEW on Twitter and they get 100,000 follower off it. They don't watch wrestling more than my cat does, let's say. Ric Flair was chopping the bottle in the air, man.
They all have different colored hair. All the girls that are fans of AEW, I've noticed.
Juggalos will make it come back.
I think that whole Juggalo fan base, I think, once the 30 or 40-year-olds kind of get a bit older, eventually it'll dwindle down, But apparently there's another group like ICP, like Twitchy something you call them.
Twisted, Twisted, but it's pronounced like Twisted. Yeah, they work for ICP. So basically, if you're a Juggalo, you're a fan of either ICP or Twisted. So.
Yeah, ICP and Twisted had some kind of beef or something.
I remember that they had left the label.
Yeah, some little beef. I remember them talking about it. Some of the fans, you're a Twisted fan. Oh, you don't like ICP if you're a Twisted fan. Like going and fighting there with that. Twisted team.
one of WJ's shirts, The Truth Hurts. I wore that in lots of vids. That was our Truths t-shirt.
Whatever happened to your hat, by the way? You remember the old school hat that you had?
That got thrown out in the move, I believe, there.
Someone's got their hands on some YWC history, WJ. You never know. They might go to the pawn shop and try and sell it there.
I could probably buy one online if I looked for it there, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'll stick to just plain black toque there.
Do you remember I used to wear suits all the time in videos? Jesus Christ. Do you remember that? Oh my God. I couldn't do that anymore now. Like, I couldn't do it anymore. Like,
back when you didn't have a big job like you got now, you got lots of times to do all kind of silly shit when you're not working there. And when you work, you don't have time for that. Put on a 3-piece suit to do a 5-minute vid.
It's like, hey guys, General Gerry here and Enter the Arena. Oh man. There was actually at one point, it was on ETA, it was me, Dawn, and T Street at one point uploaded 35 videos in one day.
Wow, I think I did 20 one day when it was WrestleMania. 35 is a lot.
I remember those days. Like, I couldn't do it now. Like, Jesus, I'd fucking die. Like,
well, back in the day, you would upload 4 or 5 wrestling news in a row there, but they were short. But it's doable if you keep it short. Sean's view style there, but
see, the thing is with him is that like, see, what a lot of people did was like they'd like report the news, right? But then they don't give their opinion on it. They just read the source and then close it, and then that's it.
That's what he does. A 1.5-minute video, pretty much.
He's gone now. Like he hasn't made a video since 3 months ago now. Yeah, he's gone now. Like, looks like he's not coming back. Like,
you think he's not coming back?
Yeah, I think that's him. Like, I mean, I think the bar's too high now. I think he just, again, not to really talk about Sean too much because I try and avoid it, but I think he's just pissed off too many people, and I think a return just. Like, because he tried to return before and, like, his own fans turned on him and it just didn't work out. So it's like,
There was a lot of fake accounts at play during the day there with him. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
All these accounts. Do you think people were really brainwashed that much to tell him in his comments he was the best wrestling talker? You think it was him using sock accounts?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like 100%.
There's a lot of people with low IQ that'll follow along. It's easy to get a couple people to follow along, but like some of his fans, it looked too much like it was him. Fuck back then there.
A lot of kids as well was fans of him, and then whenever I made that video on him, because my whole thing, like whenever I did that video on him, my main target was not like obviously to attack him, but to actually show his fan base, like that he's a fucking mental case, and then obviously like me, and then who else was it? Like a lot of people like made videos and stuff like immediately after I did it, and but yeah, and then it kind of the whole mood kind of changed, so his own fan base kind of turned against him, and then eventually he couldn't monetize it, and he just couldn't do it because he just pissed off too many people. You know what I mean? Like you can do the whole I mean, personally for me, like I said this to WJ, like I don't want to do the whole trolling thing anymore, the whole fucking because it's just I'm 30 now. It's just, what's the point anymore? But I think with Shawnee just pissed off so many people to the point where like, I mean, there's literally nowhere you can go from there. Like you've pissed off everybody. You know what I mean? So
And like the content itself was like 10 vids a day about nothing.
yeah.
See?
He was never that talented. That's the thing. Like he was never a talented person to like at the start he actually put effort in his videos. Like he did like little skits, which were kind of all right. If he kept doing that, maybe he could have had a chance, but he wanted a lot of views, a lot of subscribers for minimal effort. And that's what it was laziness that really kind of beat him. Like, because he tried to do live streams like 3 months ago. And that failed misery. He's like, oh, but take a call here, and see what's happening. And he don't think he could work it. Like, so
Take a call.
he was like trying to take phone calls from fans or whatever.
Take phone call on stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, who's this? Who's calling? This is Leon. You just sent me the link.
Oh my God.
You calling me? Where are you calling from?
I shout out to Leon there. He's a legend there. So
Just a clickbaiter, takes no talent. That's like he was funny for some stuff. He came up with clever ideas, I guess, to troll people. I mean, like once you do the same thing too much like that, there's nowhere to go.
He became too obsessed with views and subscribers, like, and like, you know, whenever, like, I think he obviously he did the whole sub for sub thing, and then that inadvertently destroyed his channel, because then when you look at his channel, he's getting what, like 500 views, like 400 views, but his channel has like nearly 200,000 subscribers, so it's like, you know.
I think he bought subscribers. He pretty much one time he said that at least 30,000 of his subs were real or something like that. He would appear on camera. Oh, I just got 2,000 subs in one day. Thank you very much. There wasn't any video for him to get 2,000 subs. Like something didn't make sense, and he would go out of his way acting like he's in shock. I just got 1,000 subs. Why would you go out and have to explain that? See? If he's used to getting 1,000 subs, see? Why would he make a vid when he gets 1,000 in one day? Because they must have bought some, see, and he wants to throw off the trail or something.
I think that hangout, like, remember that Google hangout with you and him? And the only fucking hangout I wasn't in, and then that happened, I was fucking absolutely
the
raging.
problem with that hangout is that everybody tried to fucking... everybody was trying too hard to make it about them, see? Mm-hmm. So I had him in there. Every time I tried to ask him a question to put him in his place, you'd have 5 guys jumping in, trying to be the star, you know what I mean? So then in the end, I didn't get a chance to put him in his place properly that time. See, there was Buck there was Will, there was 4 or 5 other guys trying to fucking dominate and take over the conversation. See? Everybody wants their chance. They got Sean in the chat. They want to try to fucking make a name for themselves, let's say. But by doing that, they didn't give me a chance to fucking do it properly. It
was still funny, like the whole call the cops, call the FBI. Like, I think that's like fucking brilliant. Like, call the cops, call the FBI. Like, it's like, it's such synonymous with him now, like that hangout.
Oh, yeah.
Hashtag RIP the hangout era in the YWC.
No, the funniest hangout I think was the Drunk Boston hangout that I had on my channel. I don't know. Somebody had it, but it disappeared. I don't know what happened to it.
Was
Somebody,
I with you on that one? Or
I think you may have came in. I can't remember. I passed out.
wasn't I in a feud with them while this was going on or something?
It may have been because it was back when it was a TNA and.
I remember Polston being drunk.
Yeah, he was drunk and I passed out. I was snoring.
Robert.
You would pass out during your shows a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember it was like, guys, can someone mute Robbie? You were asleep. It was so funny.
It was like a 5-hour, 6-hour long hangout, and somebody had it up, and then it disappeared. They took it down for some reason. I don't know why.
What's the one with Calber Shadow, and he was completely off his head, and it was like him with like a blanket around me, and he was sleeping, and like he goes, he went and did a hangout, right, and he goes, okay, Raddy, you take it away. I'm way to bed here. He recorded himself going to bed, like actually sleeping, and then like the fucking show was like 12 hours long or something like that.
I don't know what happened to we were in a Buck, young Buck, what's his name, Buck Patrick or whatever. I don't know whatever happened to him.
I think he moved to another community, like the political community. I think he went to or whatever.
Yeah.
If you want to call it that or whatever, like, but
yeah, he disappeared.
Racist community.
Yeah, he was into that, the Klan and stuff like that.
Remember his video on that website that will not be named? Do you remember that with the fucking white coat and everything?
Oh, and he was naked.
Yeah.
He was funny, but you gotta give him that. He was controversial, and he had everybody talking when he fucking came in.
See, the thing is, like, a lot of people are saying about Otaku and stuff, but like the exact same thing that like it doesn't take a lot to like get the community riled up. You know what I mean? And Otaku's like everyone's kind of played into his hands a little bit with all of it because, like, I mean, this was a guy that like he got like 2 views, and then because he called out a few people, like everybody, like when you, no matter what chat you go to, it's like Otaku this, Otaku that. So like a lot of people,
I think a lot of it is Smart Buster fans that mention him. Yeah, so
yeah, like a lot of
I don't know if
like,
outside of them, I don't know if he's really that big. Yeah, man.
Well, sure, he got viral due to that whole like remember he made a video on women or whatever. And
wasn't that because of the girl on cinema? That
yeah.
So I think it's just she replied to him and it gave him a boost. Yeah, but I think it's a lot. It's like Brett Keane and Drunken Peasants. Let's say the Drunken Peasant fans would mention Brett Keane. Well, it's like the Smart Buster people. They talk about otaku. Let's say.
I don't know, like, see, for me, honestly, like, I think apart from, like, you guys and maybe, like, a handful of people, there's nobody I watch, like, really in the wrestling community. I mostly watch, like, movie clips and stuff like that on YouTube now. Like, even the political stuff I can't watch on YouTube anymore. It's just, like, too much. Like, I'm kind of starting to remember the whole anti-SJW stuff, and then there's SJW stuff. Like, that's like, it was entertaining back in the day seeing them rip each other, but see now it's just sad now, like, to watch. You know what I mean?
So there ain't much left in the YWC.
Yeah.
YWC, it's best, you know, you just make the wrestling bids and that's it. Kind of deal. That's one thing I learned when I was off YouTube for almost 2 years, or on and off, mostly off, is that none of this shit fucking matters, let's say.
No, not at all. Like, it doesn't
It's
matter.
all
Like,
a part of it, really. Let's say a lot of it.
there'll be a time when we go and like no one will give a shit. Like, literally, you just gotta do it for a laugh, like type deal, but just enjoy it, you know. But don't know, like, but I agree. Like, it's just like a lot of this just doesn't matter. It's just fairy dust. Like, it's not real. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know. But I tell you what will be real, WJ. Me getting absolutely white girl wasted on Friday, WJ.
So lockdown is gone over there completely.
Hallelujah! I got my hair cut. The gyms are open, WJ. I'm gonna go in at 5 a.m, WJ, into the gym. Like,
you gonna get back into the weights, or are you gonna keep doing the boxing?
so what the plan is, I'm gonna do the weights, and then when I come back, do the boxing, and then that's gonna be my workout routine.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna instead, because I'm almost 40 years old. Let's say I'm not an athletic guy. I think the idea of me lifting weights at my age and getting big, I never wanted to get big, but like, I think at my age, the best thing to do is to just do exercise and try to get in quote unquote better shape. See? The thing of having to get big and say, because what happens if a guy like me who's not really in shape, you look online how to lose weight, how to get in shape, well, then it's all dominated by bodybuilding. Let's see. You're going to want to do some one-legged sumo squat. Lift heavy, bro. Lift heavy. Do chest workout Monday night. See? It's fucking 3 split. Hit the body parts twice a week. People are fucking starting out to work out. Like, they're like me. They're not physically in shape. See? And they start by trying to do a fucking 6-day workout fucking week. Yeah? Doing big heavy leg workout. These people can't even walk for 6 months after the workout. You know what I mean? Not everybody is meant for that. Like, see, like, let's say me at my age, if I can manage to get in better shape and like, see, I believe in being able to maintain, to throw a jab and a couple of hooks in case you get attacked by a young guy, let's say. If I'm 40 years old, I don't want to, say, be too easy to get attacked by a crackhead. You know what I mean? I believe in maintaining a punch to knock a fucking goof out if you have to, let's say.
Yeah.
But like, outside of that, why would I need to have big muscle? Like, why would I need giant quads? Like, why should I go to a gym at my age? There's no necessity for me to have more muscle than outside of the norm. Yeah. Why would I need to fucking do 500-pound deadlift, blow out my knees and my hips and everything, yeah, over time? Yeah. Why would I need that? Why would, say, at my age, why would I need this? Like,
Yeah.
Like if I want to do some push-ups and a bit of bicep stuff, see, and a bit of other exercise, do I really need to go do some fucking pull-ups there? Do I need to lift up my entire body and do pull-ups to build a wide back? Why would I need a wide back, me, Gerry? Can you give me a reason why I need that? If I'm not becoming a wrestler or a fucking a bodybuilder. Why would I need to have a big fucking tick back? What would that give me? See? Have some muscle in the back, yeah, so you can be in shape, okay? But why would I need a big back and big fucking big quads? Yeah? Am I planning on fucking lifting a piano on my back? Le moi ou quoi, là, see?
Yeah.
What would be the point of that? So I think I'm just gonna do regular exercise and like light dumbbell stuff. You see?
I think like yeah, for
me
my training.
personally, say you're 30 years old, you still got time to get big.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I'm gonna do now, like in terms of training now, is like just get healthy type deal. But like, what I'm gonna do is like the boxing, like implement the boxing with the weights, and just try and maintain like essentially what I got. Because like I think once you hit kind of, I think once you hit 50 or 60, like that's like my biggest worry is like like I think once you get yourself in shape, then it prolongs your life. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, like I don't know. Like I've always the thing is like, but I agree with what you're saying. I think whenever you start watching videos in the fitness community. I remember when I first came back to training, it was like a fucking maze. It was like, okay, guys, so what you got to do is hit the rear deltoid, the fucking.
If you notice, it's all bodybuilding, trying to bury everything else. Don't do cardio. You see stuff like that. You write on Google how much cardio should I do, and then the answers will come out. Is cardio killing your gains? See?
Yeah.
Like not everything about fitness is about gains. Like a Chinese guy doing isometric exercise or whatever it's called. A Chinese guy in the fucking standing up on one leg for 45 minutes in the park at 5 a.m. He's not interested in big gain, let's say. Just like the cyclist driving his bike all over town, or the jogger and all that. According to the internet, all these guys are just pussies, the joggers and cyclists. They're just pussies who aren't man enough to lift weights or whatever.
I'll tell you a fucking funny bit. You see with the lockdown, I had no like weights and stuff, so you had to do body composition, which is like body like lifting your own body weight and stuff like that. So like I'm watching this here, I'm like, oh, basic stuff, and it's this like Asian guy, and he goes, okay guys, what we're gonna do, this is a basic exercise, and then he fucking does a handstand, and he's doing like a shoulder press with a handstand at the same time. He goes, now guys, keep it up. I'm like, what the fuck? How's that basic, mate? I'm gonna break my fucking neck.
Them, they're all like that. Like me, I want to do a bit of push-up, but I would never fucking get upside down in a handstand position. At that point, you pick up a couple of dumbbells and just lift them in the air. That's it. Like you fucking get upside down and wrist paralysis because you don't want to lift the dumbbell up in the air. That one. But like even that at my age, why would I need to develop big fucking shoulder? What do I gain from that? Am I a hockey player? Me that wants to shoulder check people. If I get in shape and there's a bit of muscle on the shoulder, shouldn't that be good enough if you don't want to become a bodybuilder? Yeah.
Well, like whenever I was like, I still hit every body part, but that's only because I'm vain. Like, so yeah.
I'm not saying to half-ass and not hit every body part. You hit every body part, but I mean, do you really need to grow giant shoulder like you do military press with dumbbell? shoulder press, whatever. You do an exercise per body part. You get yourself in shape. Say you're able to go play 2 hours of tennis. That's a guy that's in shape. That, you know.
Yeah.
Why, if you're not a bodybuilder, why does a man need to do bodybuilding just to get in shape? See?
Yeah.
You know, like, and about that, when you're 50, 60 years old, see, that's a thing that they do, the bodybuilders, like the thing that you're talking about when you're old, whatever, and the bones start to get frail and you start to lose muscle, whatever, let's say. Weight training, weightlifters, they say if you're lifting weights, it's going to help you to stay, to be able to walk when you're older, stuff like that. And then when you type about that stuff for bone health, lifting weight for bone health, they call that weight bearing exercise. Okay. If you look at weight bearing exercise, it's about that, to keep your posture when you're old. Okay. And to maintain some strong enough bone. What do you think, for example, is a weight bearing exercise, Gerry?
Like what do you mean?
Like what doctors say is called a weight bearing exercise to keep the bones intact, and to maintain your posture so you don't become fucked up like the bodybuilders say when you're older. What do you think is a weight bearing exercise?
For me,
One of them weight bearing exercise, walking. Check that on Google real fast right now.
So what am I typing in? Go walking. Hang on, walking
Wait, first
exercise.
write weight bearing. WEIGHT with the little line. BEARING. Weight bearing exercise. You're going to see that it's little simple stuff. Okay, according to medical professional, if you're a 60, 70 years old, you want to maintain your posture, you want to maintain bone health, all you got to do is lift a little bit of weight. You understand? You seeing this weight bearing exercise?
Yeah, so hiking, jogging, climbing stairs, playing tennis, dancing, resistance exercise such as lifting small weights.
Small weights.
Can
So
strengthen
in
bone.
order to get those effects that bodybuilders claim, if you don't lift weights and buy a bucket of protein powder for $50, you're going to be a 60-year-old man out of shape. Your bones won't work. But as you read right there, in order to do this real bone fixing stuff, all you need is shit like that. Little weight. You can pick up little 2-pound weights, do some shoulder press with that, and apparently that's going to do the weight bearing effect to fix your posture, to make sure your bones are solid and not frail, right? So what the bodybuilding industry does, they try to hijack that. See? Oh, you don't want to be an old man with frail bone. You got to lift weights, buddy. You got to lift weights. Buy my program. Buy some 70-pound dumbbell. What, you're only lifting 300 shoulder press? How you gonna save your bones, bitch boy? But really, you only need a little bit of weight-bearing exercise. Look that up, Gerry, because you mentioned you're afraid when you're 50, 60. Because that's fixed apparently with what they call weight-bearing exercise, which sounds a lot easier than a 400-pound deadlift, if you ask me. That's it.
There's a thing which is it's like a composition exercises. And it's this guy, he's a YouTuber, and he specializes in that, where he specializes on like obviously weights, but then he will like focus on like, okay, what does the overall like human need in order for them to sustain like, you know, their body composition, if that makes sense. So
like the muscular shape, you mean?
Yeah, well, like muscular shape, but like overall, so like be good at swimming, tennis, walking, weights, like everything all combined into one. So he's
to
like the type.
maintain like a physique of somebody that's not sedentary, like if I go from fat to muscular, that's called changing the body composition.
Yeah.
So when you talk about maintaining body composition, you mean just maintain like an average muscular look style.
So like pretty much like not the average look, but like a look where you can maintain that look over a long period of time, even when you're hitting 60 or 70.
Because when you're 60, are you really gonna want to go lift weights like that? Let's say.
I'll still be banging and clanging WJ.
Like you're into weightlifting, but I mean for the average guy that's being pressured by the internet, some guys, they would love to do CrossFit, but according to the internet, CrossFit is for pussy. You gotta lift heavy weights. See? What about the guy that would love to be a jogger, but he's told online by weightlifter that joggers are too skinny? The guy could be a jogger. He could jog with the best of him. He might be able to he might run a marathon, this and that. But because the internet says it's got to be weights or else you're a faggot, yeah. So then the guy doesn't jog after, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to jog. What he's going to do is try to do a bodybuilder split instead, and then he's going to get hurt. See? Just so the bodybuilding industry can make money, you know, with their magazine and their bullshit coaching. Buy my tub of goo for $100. Buy my creatine.
I think the pre-workouts, I think, is the biggest con in the fitness industry, because like I'll give an example here. Like what I will do is I'll use Gold Standard for protein, right? But the thing is, what a lot of guys will do is that they'll mix that with like other shit, you know, like in a big pile of this, which is completely unnecessary. As long as you've got multivitamins, a good flow of protein in you, and no pre-workout, I think is just a complete con, in my opinion. Like all you need is like a low-calorie energy drink if you need to do it. But like these people, I see that now they're like taking these pre-workouts and it's like 500 milligrams of fucking caffeine, powder it in. And then what they're doing, WJ, is this here, right? So, and I've seen this here, and I think can't even see myself here for fuck's sake because of the camera. But what they'll do, WJ, is, and it's the most dumbest thing I've ever seen, they'll scoop the powder, right, and eat the powder, but not mix it with water, right? Which completely defeats the purpose of actually taking pre-workout. Like the only way to maintain the pre-workout is having it in water so that it can make the mixture, you know what I mean? But a lot of these fucking idiots,
I think I've seen that somebody eating it like that in a weird way. Why?
I think it's complete. I think pre-workouts in general, I think, are just completely stupid. Like I've never taken a pre-workout. The only thing I would take if I've got low energy levels, WJ, is a low calorie energy drink, and like take a little sip of it or whatever it might be.
Basically, it's like taking a coffee style.
And do you know what? That's what I do. I take a coffee and then go to the gym. That's all you need. But like you got hyphen mud and you got this.
So don't drink coffee. Coffee's unhealthy. Drink the hyphy mud, like you said, instead. It's
and I looked at the ingredients and hyphen mud. Do you know what it is, WJ?
Wasn't it Coke and chocolate or Coke and something?
So it's literally coffee, you know, like instant coffee mixed with Coca-Cola. That's all it is.
Just to get a high of caffeine. See, some of these bodybuilders, they're fucking hopped up on their fucking pre-workout. They fucking mix maybe a line of Coke with that. And like Big Lenny, for example, you know how he hypes himself up. He says, "Oh, you gotta be angry when you lift the weights, or else you won't want to do it." Let's say, well, that's because it's not natural to do it. At least not at that fucking level. See?
Yeah,
it's natural to fucking do exercise and feel pain, like. But like fucking lifting an insane amount of weight to a point where you fuck your joints and everything. Yeah. Say it's not natural. Like
I think
Big Lenny can't even touch his own face. Did you know that? He can't even touch his own face. He can't touch his nose. One of his arms doesn't even go to his nose. See?
Yeah. He's still a legend. Like, but you know what I mean? Like, I agree.
I don't know how good it really is. So then when you hear about that, like I was reading, is it, say, about building muscle over 40? Say, oh, you can still build muscle over 40. Like, I'm sure you can, but can you build a lot? See?
The only way it works out, so there was an actual time.
If you take TRT, it's the only way, Jer.
Yeah, so there was scientific research on it. So if you are a person that worked out from 18, right, and then you hit 40, then you'll hit a plateau, right? So then you'll hit a plateau once you hit 40. But then if you start exercising when you're 40, you'll get 10 years out of it. But then you obviously like hit your peak at 60. So a lot of what like for the research.
You can't gain big like you would when you're 18, let's say, and especially natural. In order to get an explosive physique, natural, I would have to lift heavy fucking weight, let's say. You'd have to lift heavy, and when you're 40, especially someone that's never exercised in their life, and they start at 40, the potential for serious injury is pretty high. See?
No, absolutely, like 100%. Well, here, WJ, it's like near 2 a.m. here. So I'm gonna have to go here, unfortunately, mate. But I agree we should probably talk more about this because I agree that there isn't really much representation for other exercises. It's just actual fucking weights.
It's all weights. Anything like if you look online, can I? There's a lot of people. It's like they're asking permission. Can I just do push-ups, sit-up, and squat? No, you can't. You need to build strong lats. You need weights. But like, why would I need to build big, strong lat? Like, why would I need big back at my age if I'm not interested in pulling a bus on my back with my teeth? Why do I need to build big shoulder? what's the point at my age? If you're not interested in getting big, if you're comfortable with who you are as a person and you're able to get a woman and all that, why do you need extra large shoulder? What's the point?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think I'm just going to focus on exercise. Maybe a bit of like boxing-ish stuff. I'm not going to do skipping rope. But what I do is sometimes I punch a bit, let's say like shadow boxing a bit. And you notice when you punch, you get sore from that.
Yeah, like so what I do then is like with boxing, I'll do it like two days and then I'll take a break and then I'll do it like another 2 days and then take a break because you can't non-stop do it because then it hurts your hands type
But
deal.
it also, like, let's say you don't hit the bag and you just hit the air.
Mm-hmm.
That the body, it works the body. That even my back, I was feeling it from just punching around. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
So
100%, like.
I think it works a bit of chest, a bit of arm and back, but like you're not going to hear that from the weightlifting people that you can get a bit of muscle just by shadow boxing. You won't hear that, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Until you decide to tell him, Jer. It's time you tell him, Jer.
Mm-hmm.
So we're good here.
All good in the hood, like. So subscribe to WJ's channels, link in the description below, and I'll put Robbie Battles in the description there. So well as well there. So, but yeah, unfortunately, I would stay, guys, but it's nearly hitting 2 a.m. here. So, but we might do. I actually quite enjoy doing this. It's actually good talking about stuff non WWE related. You know what I mean? So it's good. It's good actually doing that, you know. But guys, thank you so much for watching. This is General Gerry on the General Gerry channel. Signing out there. WJ, you want to sign us out?
Until next time, this bodybuilding shit's overrated, Jer. Something ain't right here. Something ain't adding up.